An eternity later.
What's going on, guys? We are here for episode 2 of What in the Custom.
Well, it's about time.
Things have changed. Life's been lifing. Room has been upgraded. Last episode, I was doing a steampunk Scooby-Doo theme, which I thought was really cool. I got a chance to really get into some things where I honestly had no idea what I was doing for the first time since 2019. But needless to say, I love the outcome and it was really great. If you guys hadn't gotten a chance to check out that episode, it's actually right here in the corner. Let's get right into the next theme of what we're going to be doing. All right, man. So here are the skull picks. I have no idea what's going on here today. So this is going to be really interesting to see. I'm a little worried. Because last time I had to pick a random theme and I had to pick a random canvas. This time they're actually written on there. So don't know what I'm going to get myself into, but let's get into it. So this time I'm not going to do the whole childish picking thing I did last time. So this time what we're going to do is I'm honestly going to close my eyes and I'm going to just pick one randomly. I'm going to keep my hands over here, and I'm going to use my Jedi ability to feel around. So here we go. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so I got Yu-Gi-Oh! And Cowboy Bebop on a canvas.
What? What the?
Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm confuzzled on how this is going to work.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This is probably one of the things that I am very much so not knowing what the hell I'm doing. I haven't painted since I was a little kid. That's one. And then two, to actually combine both of the aspects and try to make it into a cohesive thing, it's a little bit of challenging. It's like, you get one of those canvases from like Ink Master that wants like a pony riding up their butt crack. It's kind of like, how are we going to make that happen? Then you got to go walk with me, an hourglass. And we're going to do a pony hourglass. So you got to turn lemons to lemonade, if that makes sense.
All right, so here I'm actually trying to figure out what Yu-Gi-Oh card base that I'm going to use, and I found it. Next, I'm actually trying to find the best reference photo for me to use with Spike, because I want to be able to make this where he's popping out of the card, theoretically. So I kind of look at some different stuff, and then I also am pairing that with a different gun poses to be able to try to figure out where I want to go with this and kind of go from there.
Spike's one of my favorite characters, first and foremost. He's one of my favorite characters. I resonate with him a little bit, just a little bit. I could watch that show over and over again just off of him and Faye's story all day. But the Yu-Gi-Oh card aspect was the one that's a little kind of tricky because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards when I was a kid. I was more the Pokemon guy. So I kind of had to learn and look at how the Yu-Gi-Oh cards were made, like all the little details, like the actual texture of how they look, all that stuff to try to incorporate what it was. So it was a really cool thing to do once I started getting into the groove of it. But Spike was my first go-to as far as the Cowboy Bebop theme. First go-to Spike, hands down.
All right, so let's get into it. So before I even do this, here's the disclaimer. I already know. I'm pretty sure my comments are going to be filled with this. Why are you sketching with a pencil on a canvas painting? I know. I already know. For some odd reason, that just did not register in my head until midway in this sketch. Needless to say, I still like how it came out. And, just like with anything else, you know how to pivot and kind of go from there as far as that goes. So I'm going to drop back in when we get to the next phase of this. So just sit back and chill out and enjoy it. All right, y'all. So for painting, I actually went with Blick Fluid Acrylics. I really love how they were going with this. Shout out to Blick, because their sets are really great. Semi-opaque, really fast, easy to blend, and it's really smooth. So, but for the skin tones, I primarily went with Posca pens because I really wanted to try those out. I have a whole bunch of different ones skin tone wise, so I wanted to try those out. As everybody knows, I use Poscas when I'm doing like auras and doing like clouds and stuff on my shoes. So for like white Posca pens, but I wanted to use the different skin tones to see where this was going to go. And as you guys can see, it's really taking really well and everything. So once I actually get to the next part, that's when you guys are going to see me mix a couple of paints from the Blick series to actually get it going, and we're gonna get real Bob Rossi on this thing. So you guys see, I'm getting a little messy with mixing the paints here, so I don't know what in the world I was thinking about, but nonetheless though, as you guys can see, when I'm applying this, I really like how it comes in light, and I can build from there, you know, as far as that goes, to be able to get the right consistency and the right depth and the saturation that I want to do as far as that goes. So I'm going to sit back, I'm going to chill and let you guys see this and see it unfold. This is actually a good example of what I was talking about with the colors being so rich. The colors are so good and vibrant that you can come in and actually build off of that, and it just really comes in. Like, I actually had to mix this one up to actually get it a certain tone, but I really love how this came out as far as the colors. It was just so in depth. And I'm coming in actually doing some highlights here with some more of the Blick Fluid Acrylic stuff. just like we always do, I got to put the line work in to be able to make it pop. I'm using the Posca pen set. I'm using 1M, which I thought was a really good set to be able to put some thin lines in to make it pop. So if anybody's asking, yes, it was a Posca pen PC1M, for those that would know. Like all Cowboy Bebop themes, I definitely wanted to add the swordfish in the background here, kind of like a silhouette. I know he's not actually in it, but I wanted to kind of put that in here to put some kind of galaxy theme in here and to really make the background kind of come to life as far as that goes. I know, I probably should have already taped this up beforehand doing it, but I didn't. There's a reason why I did it just like this, because I was adding some extra textures and I didn't want those colors to come into the actual picture of Spike. So needless to say, I'm doing the final touches on this bad boy. That way it can all come together and look really great. So hopefully you guys love the end product of this. I'm actually really proud of this. I really like how it came out. I hate the words, hate the letters. I just really, really hate the letters. That was a brain fart moment for me, was the letters. And I think everybody and your mom knows, like even when I was tattooing, I hate doing script. Even though it's like the foundation of a lot of things, I just hate doing script. But it kind of gives it a little unique panache on what it is. But overall, I really like how it came out. I had some parts of doubt in there, like, you know, when I mentioned earlier about let me just try to dabble back into what I know, and it didn't work out. But I really do like how it came out to, and it was really great. I love it. The colors pop. And just like how I do with all my works, I always think of something while I'm doing it to be like, oh man, I could have added this and I could have added that. So that's something I can really definitely take from me, like put some mental notes or probably write down on my little Twitch book for something next time and everything. Well, guys, we have come to the conclusion of this episode. As you guys can see in the beginning of the episode, I was clean shaven. I went through the hyperbolic time chamber because I had to go through a lot of stress and strife with this one. A lot of, as you can say, unknowns. Unknowns. But nonetheless, though, I love the outcome. And if you guys did too, make sure you guys like, subscribe my channel, and hit the bell notification. That way you guys get notified next time I drop any new videos, any new content about my day-to-day life, or hey, if you just want to see something real funny. Needless to say, though, also with me doing that, I want to extend out an invitation for everybody watching to join our Discord group. It's going to be a new community where I'm actually going to try to meld a lot of things together. Community, artwork, gamers, cosplayers, content creators. Hey, that way we can all collaborate and just enjoy community. But nonetheless, though, stay creative, stay loving, Peace. On the last episode, I'm gonna keep it on my finger like this. On the last episode, I actually like this. This is actually really interesting. So on the last episode, I'm actually. It's because of my age.
I don't think that's the case.
Okay, I'm like, because I thought that was for people who were 50. Say something. I know you want to say something in this area. Well, you're not that far off. I'm well aware of that.